guys, it's Saturday.
You better hold on. This one's about to get bumpy.
Today, I want to talk about some podcasts. Namely, the podcast Welcome to Night Vale, which if you're online on Tumblr at all, you may have heard of. It kind of came out of nowhere all of a sudden and is very, very popular now. I think it might be #1 downloaded podcast on iTunes. I think it was at one point. I'm not sure if that's still the case or not. So Welcome to Night Vale is a kind of mysterious entity. Like, a lot of people don't seem to know what it is if you haven't listened to it before. It can be kind of confusing for the first go round. So I'm going to do my best to kind of explain what it is and what the point is and what's going on with that whole deal. So basically, the podcast is done in the form of a public radio station broadcast in the small town of Night Vale, which is in some unnamed desert in the US somewhere. And a lot of weird, creepy stuff goes on there. It's sort of a blend of sci-fi and horror and adorable comedy. It's still really lighthearted, but the content is really twisted because basically everyone who lives in this town is so used to their lives being so weird and messed up that it's just normal. Everyone thinks it's totally and completely normal. The broadcaster who does the podcast's name is Cecil, and that's the only person we really hear the whole time, with a couple of exceptions. Every once in a while there's guests on the show, and his character develops really well and is really entertaining, and it's a lot of fun. The humor of the show is really sort of irreverent and random. I would say if you've enjoyed things like The Hitchhiker's Guide books, is another similar humor style, or Good Omens by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett, which is something that could be serious and just isn't. It's just totally random and ridiculous. Welcome to Night Vale is a production of Commonplace Books, and their website is... not sure what their website is. I'll look it up and I'll put a link in below or somewhere. And you can find all of their information on there. You can also order nifty t-shirts and other merchandising, which is good because it supports them because they're a non-profit. Another podcast I wanted to talk about is called Risk. And I hadn't heard of it until quite recently. My friend Josh told me about it, and he and his friend were going down to LA to see a live recording, and I went with them, and it was really, really fun. Risk is basically about people telling their real life stories, and the stories are always shocking and intense. Some of them are really funny and really raunchy, and some of them are really dark and kind of intense and sad sometimes, but it's always emotional. And so getting to see that recorded live was really cool. Risk, like Welcome to Night Vale, is also available for free on iTunes. So both of these things you can just go and listen. And it's really nice to just kind of put them on when you're cleaning or just doing stuff around the house, because you can multitask at the same time, which is sort of fantastic. So anyways, basically I'm just a walking advertisement for these podcasts today, but I've enjoyed them and I think other people might as well. So, yeah. Crazy that this is a 2-year anniversary for you guys. That's such a long time. It's not even a year for me and Hannah yet, but let's see, when did we join the channel? It was partially through the school year last year. But congratulations, you guys. I mean, sticking it out that long is really impressive. I've enjoyed my shorter stay here, so I understand why you kept it up. Alright, so apparently we have a theme week going next week, which I actually don't know about yet, so I'm gonna have to ask you guys what that theme is supposed to be. But Claire, I will see you on Monday.